Hey everyone, today I'm going to be swatching and showing you the eye look I did using the Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette. This is their newest palette. I'm very excited to try this out and show you guys the look I did and give you my thoughts and opinions on this palette. I honestly love the color story. I love the grungy tones, but also the warmth in it. So if you'd like my thoughts on the palette, swatches, all that jazz, just keep watching. So now you guys have seen the swatches, let's talk about the palette. I forgot, I wanted to mention that some of the eyeshadows, actually all of them, have little like indents in them, if that makes sense. So like the first row is coffins, then you have a castle, then you have tombstones, like branches, spiderweb, and then my favorite is the bats. I just think the bats look so freaking cool. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that before I forgot. As for packaging, the packaging is really cute. So the box, if I can lift it up, this is what the outer box looks like. I really love this artwork. It definitely gives me like Halloween vibes, so I really love that. But the actual front of the palette itself is really cool. It's one of these, like, depending on how you look, it's different. So either it's like spooky or it's just a lady. It's really cool and I really like this type of packaging. I think it adds to the, like, you know, spookiness of the palette, and then it does come with a really nice big mirror. This palette retails for $44 US. There are discount codes that you can use. I do want to mention shipping to Canada is around $20 US, which is a lot, but the eyeshadow formula is definitely worth it, in my opinion. I want to go over like shades that are similar in this palette because there are a couple. So the two golds, I swatched them side by side, and I don't know if you can see the difference. Like in person, I can see the difference. The one on the left, which is Huska Castle, I'm gonna butcher names, it's more of a like yellow tone gold, whereas Boogeyman is more of like, it's really hard to show, it's more of like an antique type of gold. It has a little bit more of an orangey tone to it. I prefer that one, to be honest, but I don't think we needed both. I feel like on the lid they would blend to be the exact same thing, to be honest. So I think that they could have put in like a different type of shade in this instance. And then the other two similar shades are kind of like the two silvers, so I also like swatched them together. And I mean, you can see the difference in this two a lot better. It's like they're two completely different tones of silver. My favorite is the Catacombs, which is the top one. It's like this gray based silver with a ton of like blue, purple, gold, like sparkles running through it. It is so pretty. That one's definitely my favorite of the two. The other one, which is called Big Bad Wolf, is more of a like gray tone silver, but less shimmery, and has like blue iridescent throughout it rather than like the other one, if that makes sense. So this is the makeup tutorial. It's honestly really simple. So I take the lightest shade on my inner corner, and it's a little bit dark for me, so I did end up adding some KVD Beauty on my inner corner, but then I just use this like gray purpley shade and put that in my crease, and I add like this like taupey shade, and we'll just blend those out. I wanted a base for the dark green so that I had something to blend it into. And then I also added the blue shimmers. I put the green shimmers on the lid. I put the darker one on the center and inner corner of my lid, and then I put the iridescent one on the inner corner to kind of add more of an oomph to the look. I then took all the same shades along my lower lash line, and it's honestly a really simple look, but I like how it turned out. Thought it was pretty. I do think the palette swatched really well. I didn't have any issues swatching anything whatsoever, which is always a plus. I mean, swatches don't dictate how they'll work on the eyes, but it's kind of a good indicator sometimes, at least with the formulas I know. This palette, I do really like the color story. Like I said, like I definitely think that they could have gotten rid of one of the golds. I don't think we need both the golds. Like, I don't even like having them side by side because, like, even though I can see the difference, it's such a minute difference. I don't think on the lid it would, like, they'd be much different at all. You could definitely get the same look with them. So, that being said, I do want to go through the matte shades and kind of talk about them. Formula-wise, they're really good. When I was doing my green look, I didn't really know what colors to use because, I mean, obviously for the matte, there's only one, like, matte green, and that's super, super dark, so I wanted to go in with something lighter, so I went in with some of the other mattes, and they were really nice. I definitely can see myself doing, like, some purpley grungy looks with this, which I'm excited for. I love the purple tones in this one. Honestly, I do think my favorite shades are, like, the more grungy ones. Like, I don't really want... The phone is ringing. I really don't want the warmth in this palette. Like, I don't mind it, but it's still not my favorite either. Being said, like, overall, I like the color story. I just do wish that it was a little bit more on the grungy side than having all the warmth in it. And especially those two golds really bother me. I really wish we just had Boogeyman, because I love Boogeyman. Like, that one is, like, my favorite type of gold shade. I usually don't use gold eyeshadows very often, but if I do, I want it to be, like, an antique-y, orangey type of gold. I feel like that's, like, my favorite. The shade Catacombs, like, I can't get over how beautiful it is. Like, just the reflex in it is so pretty. Like, I don't have a silvery type shade like that, so I'm happy with this palette, and I'm happy with how my look turned out. Like, this palette does give me a lot of inspiration. Like, I already want to do, like, a silver look with Catacombs. I want to do, like, a purple look with Krampus, and then, like, a purpley brownie look using Bloody Mary. Like, I just want to use all the grungy tones in this palette. The warms, like, the warmer shades, like, I could take or leave, but also I do this Castle shade. It's actually really nice. It's like a cool tone brown, so I feel like it would go really well with all the other tones in this palette, but it also goes good with the warm shades. I just think that we could have gotten rid of Huska Castle, and then I think, like, put in something else, and then I think that that would have made me a little bit happier. But besides the warm shades, I like everything else, so that makes me happy. You know what you guys think of this palette for, like, you know, like, Halloween-y type vibes? Like, that definitely is what made me think of it. I'm happy with this palette. Like, I really like Nomad's formula. They're really good. I have one of their other palettes, and I'm absolutely in love with it, so I know that I want to get more, and I can't wait to see what else they come out with. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below any videos you'd like to see me do. Go follow my Instagram and TikTok, Makeup by TASHA XO, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.